How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to a new match review reaction, and it's finished this afternoon. Leicester City 1, Wolves 0. A pretty disappointing game to get nothing out of it, but there was a couple of positives out of the game, but quite a few negatives, to be honest. I think it's a pretty disappointing result because Wolves didn't do a huge a lot sort of wrong, but we didn't get a huge a lot right, if you know what I mean, at the same time. So the team was the same as the Palace game as expected. Patricio in goal, back three of Max Kilman, Connor Cody and Willy Bolly. We saw Nelson Semedo and Ryan Aït-Nouri as wing-backs again today. We saw Neves and Dendoncker in the middle, and then Pedro Neto, Raul Jimenez and Daniel Podence start up front. As always, let me know your thoughts as well, guys, in the comment section down below, and like and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, we started off the usual Wolves self of sitting back, allowing the pressure on early doors. Leicester had a lot of energy. They pressed quite high, pressed in numbers, really. Made it difficult for Wolves. Every time we got the ball, really, we just couldn't get it out of our own half. And we did make it really, really difficult. Obviously, the talking points in that game were the two penalties. The first one, which was, in my eyes, very harsh on Max Kilman. Obviously, as soon as the ball went out for the corner and Leicester were appealing for it, you knew that VAR were going to look at it. When I knew Stuart Atwell was looking at it, that guy hasn't got a great history of doing Wolves any favours. And then obviously with the referee going to check it on the monitor as well. But like they said on the TV, like I've seen many people saying on social media, the clip was played in slow motion from start to finish. There was no chance that he was going to reverse that decision if it's shown it in so slow. It's obviously to his hand, which is fair enough, but it is that running motion. It's very, very harsh, and it's annoying, and it's a VAR decision again in a game between Wolves and Leicester. We had 2 goals chalked out in 2 separate fixtures last season. That could have been 6 points better off for Wolves last year, and unfortunately today it's been the difference in a game that finished 1-0 as Vardy stepped up. I don't think he's ever scored against Wolves and scored the goal. Going on a little bit further on in the game, again, it took Wolves a while, didn't it, to get into it. That first half especially was a little bit of a write-off. There was just no real urgency, even on small things such as throw-ins. It was taking us maybe 5 or 10 seconds longer to take a throw-in than it should be, really, because people just didn't want to come and get the ball. But in the end, we gave away another penalty. It was like that high press from Leicester. Every time we got the ball with our back five, it seemed like we had to get rid of it. Ryan Aït-Nouri did get rid of it, and then I think he did okay with his initial clearance. It wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. And then he's got lunging in for it as well. And unfortunately, I think Aït-Nouri had a bit of a disappointing game today, if I'm honest. For a young lad, though, coming in, you know, it was going to be very, very, very difficult for him to top that performance that he had against Crystal Palace. So he came in, and it is annoying, but it is a penalty, that second one. But this time, Vardy steps up. This time, Patricio got the save. And I think that was crucial going into the second half. You know, having just being only 1 goal behind, it still gave us that little bit of hope that we can turn up in the second half and still get something out of the game. Second half was much better, but still not quite good enough. Leicester seemed to sit back, seemed to relax a little bit. They had a couple of their own half chances. But the thing is with Wolves, we just, if we ignore the penalty, I think we defended fairly well. We got ourselves, we did okay. We got ourselves in decent positions at times, but it was going forward again today, which was our issue. I am increasingly, I was very, very disappointed with Raul Jimenez today. I've said it before on this channel, mainly for opposition, not Wolves, but when your striker is playing sort of at times deeper than your defenders or not through the middle and having to come really deep for the ball, it means that you're not getting the ball up to him enough. And then even towards the end of the game there, where we're still chasing a goal, we brought Fabio Silva on, and you want Jimenez in the middle of the box, and he's on the wing with Marcel. I just didn't quite understand what was going on there, but yeah, second half we had a couple of not golden opportunities, good chances. I thought Nelson Semedo was really influential today, right down the right hand side, really grown into that right wing back role, whipped in a beautiful ball from the free kick which Max Kilman put over the bar. Neves as well from the edge of the area, what a save that was from Kasper Schmeichel, should have been 1-1. And Dendoncker had a chance as well where the ball came in quite deep and Dendoncker put it wide. It seems to be like there's been a couple of times, not just in this game, over the past few games, chances have been dropping, but almost for the wrong people. We've had Semedo, I think against Fulham, had a good chance. Donk had a good chance in the last game and today. And if these and Kilman as well. It's just frustrating. It's just nothing quite fell for us today. And I think on another day we could have easily got something out of that game, at least a draw. But yeah, Leicester have come out with it, and that they'll be happy at that point. They'll be really, really happy at that point. They did have to work hard. They got that little bit of luck with the penalty which they took, and we just couldn't quite do anything with that. Obviously saw Marcel come on. Adama Traore got a little bit longer today. He got half an hour, but again, really looked good on the ball. Created a couple of good moves, bursting forward. But not quite in the areas that you want him to be, because Leicester just sat really deep, and even with 5 at the back, they made it quite difficult for us. And Fabio Silva, I was glad to see him get 10 minutes, although he didn't really contribute much. It was good to see him come on, because on another game as well, when you're piling those numbers forward, he might get half a chance. But yeah, when Leicester knew sort of with half an hour to go that we were going to go for it a little bit more, they just shut up shop. And we know Wolves against sort of 10, 11 defenders is extremely difficult. We've still forced them into some good saves, but yeah, pretty disappointing game today. Pretty disappointed defeat. And it was just one of those games. Defensively okay, still a little bit shaky, but going forward again is just a mystery that we need to solve sooner rather than later. We just need to start scoring more goals, because although Raul Jimenez had a poor game, we can't rely on him to score 1 or 2 goals every single week. We do need to rely on other players to score, and that's what happened last week. But yeah, we need to rely on other avenues. We need to rely on Neto, who I thought kept himself busy. Pedence, we need to rely on him. Neves and then Donker, if we can see them pop up with another couple of goals. But yeah, as I said earlier, I think in terms of performances, Patricio clearances were a bit questionable at times, but that penalty save, could have been crucial. The back three were okay, a little bit shaky, a couple of spaces created at times. I said it earlier, Aït-Nouri's still a very, very young player with still minimal experience, but pretty disappointing performance for him, and I think he'll be disappointed. When he was defending, he was allowing them to go wide and carry on running and crossing the ball rather than trying to make them cut inside, which I think would have made it easier for him. But he made it a little bit too easy at times for them, and obviously gave away the penalty. But Semedo for me was the one, I'm not going to say man in the match, but a good Wolves player, one of the best Wolves players today, just with his creativity down that right hand side. And I think he will produce or have a lot of goal contributions this season if he carries on the way we're going. But we bounced back. He's got an international break now, not the best time to sit on a defeat like that, but there were plenty of things that Wolves can learn from and take positives and negatives out of. But yeah, disappointing, but it was always going to be a tough game against a tough Leicester team, but hopefully we'll bounce back next time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below though, guys. What did you think of today's performance? Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your week, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon.